What's going on, YouTube fam? This is your boy LordleyO, and this is Urban Disciple again. So I don't know if any of you have ever gone through this. And I'm talking to some of my saved friends out there. You've been walking with the Lord for a little bit, and I feel like this is a big kind of issue. Tell them what the issue is, because this is about you right now, low key, a little bit.
So you've been saved for a while. You've been saved probably like most of your adulthood, right? And everything is good, and you're getting older, and one by one your friends are dating people and they're engaged, and now they're married, and the single ladies club is getting smaller and smaller.
All your friends.
And then you're about to be a bridesmaid, you're about to be a hostess, you're in everybody's wedding, and it's just like, when is my own wedding? And it's just like, okay, so you're waiting and trusting God, and then one day you're minding your business, you see this attractive person, like, they have everything you want. They got the height, they got the skin, they got the beard, they got the shape up. So they got everything you want. They're funny, they can dress. But it's just one thing that they don't have that disqualifies
What's that one
them.
thing? What's that one thing?
They're not saved. And it's just like, because they have everything you want, this one factor disqualifies them. So it's like, even being a potential significant other, like, you can't even look at them.
So we already know that the Bible says that we shouldn't be unequally yoked.
Yes, it clearly states that.
And but I guess the biggest thing is, what's the mindset of a woman when it's slim pickings out there, but this guy has everything that you need, everything that you want, but that one check box. What is your thought process when you're going through this, and you might be falling for the person, even still knowing that they're not saved?
It's like, you ever seen The Matrix when he had the blue pill or the red pill?
Oh my
And he had
gosh.
to pick, right? And it's just like, you can either trust God and wait, and trust and wait, and trust and wait. And waiting is not always pretty, but waiting is beautiful. Either trust and wait God for His will for you, or you can choose the other pill, and the other pill is like,
the thing goes grrrr, pop, 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 pop. Skitty kid pop, pop, and the poop poop boom. Skia.
have everything you want, but that one factor we can negotiate, we can compromise a little bit just to, get what we want. It's just like, what do you pick? What do you pick? And it's just like a battle. Like, you know how there's Satan on your shoulder, the angel on your shoulder, and everybody's like, they're whispering in your ear, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? It's like that. Do you trust God and follow His will for your life? Or do you just turn a blind eye and be like, they're saved? They might not be saved like me and people I hang out with, but they go to church. Like, that's something. That's like, be happy for that and compromise your faith type of thing.
Because someone comes to church on Easter and Christmas and New Year's does not mean that does not mean that they are now qualified to be bae.
Who said?
So for you, again, I know that this is something that you've experienced as far as what's going on? Why are you? I know that this is something that you've experienced. So what is like the boom process the thought process as you're trying to, I guess, trying to find a way to make the person fit into your, even at the end of the day, like, why is it so important that you're not unequally yoked to somebody else?
Because I'm in a situation right now, I just my thought process is like, how far can this go, right? Right now it's just like, I have a crush on this person, I'm attracted to this person, but what happens if they also have the same feelings for me, right? That's like the next step, right? And what happens after that when they actually want to initiate a relationship? Of course, one has to say no. So why even get to step 2 and step 3? Why just not end it here? So my thought process is like, how far can this go? How far can I compromise my faith and move farther from the will of God just to be close to this person? Then I think about, like, okay, let's say hypothetically we make it to the altar. How long will this marriage last? And on what foundation will it last on? And I think about, okay, if we have kids, how far can this go? If I drag my kids to church on Sunday, I bring my kids to church on Sunday, and the person's at home on Sunday, and they're looking like, Dad didn't go to church on Sunday, but you do. We already founded a broken home already. The foundation's already there for a broken home, and it's like, we're gonna start not bumping heads on things, because I'm using the kingdom mindset to bring to solve issues in our marriage, but he doesn't have a kingdom mindset. So he's in a carnal mindset, and it's like, I'm envisioning the future, like, how far can this go? And it's like, this is not gospel for your life. So because I'm in this situation, every time I want to say hi to this person or say something to this person or position myself to get their attention or be in their view, I ask myself, like, what will you do if he responds to your reaction, to your actions? Like, what will you do?
It's a slippery slope.
Like, why even tempt yourself? Because you know it can't go any further than this. Like, it can't even go more than a crush. Like, it can't even go to infatuation. Like, because now you're feeding into this fantasy. I ask myself, like, do you care about being with this person, or do you care about their salvation? Because it's like, hypothetically speaking, let's say you end up with this person. They're not receiving the true gospel, and they're not seeing what a true Christian should look like or live like, because you compromise your faith to be with them. So they're getting a washed down version of the gospel. And let's say, hypothetically, God forbid, they pass away. Would they go to heaven or hell? Like, because they never received the genuine gospel. They received like some washed down version of it.
Y'all, please don't be grabbing onto guys. Ladies, do not be grabbing onto somebody thinking you can save them.
This is not missionary marriage.
Oh
You're not
my
doing
gosh.
that. Like, it's dangerous for you and the person. If you really love this person, really care about their well-being, let them go.
Let it go, let it go.
Let
No
them
matter what they smell like, what they look
like,
Even the beard is 100.
or what
Y'all
they
let it go.
wear, or how funny they are.
Even if she got the hips to go, fellas. You can sometimes. And the truth is as well, and it's not a shot at anyone who's not saved, but it doesn't matter what it is in life. Like, even if you're not saved, the Bible already says that how can two walk together unless they agree?
Yeah.
So even if like you have a whole totally different worldview, and then you're with somebody who has the complete opposite, even if you're together with them, you're still gonna butt heads. Not that you don't butt heads in every relationship, but to the point that you'll butt heads, that you'll separate because you guys aren't walking together in the same direction with the same goal, with the same vision, with the same thought process. If your overall worldview is the same, that's at least a foundation to start with.
And it's even hard for people to come together, two people becoming one. It's already hard as two believers becoming one. So, and imagine two people who are, one's a believer and one's not a believer, coming together because Christ is not the foundation, because he's not the root of the relationship, he's not the center. They don't have a common ground when things go wrong to run to. Like, you're running to Christ and he's just like, I'm gonna run to my boys, I'm gonna run to the bar, I'm gonna run to other girls, I'm gonna
turn out, I'm about to turn out, forget him, you wanna leave me, I'ma leave him. Girls, you know what I'm talking about.
Experience? You did it perfectly fine. Like, you did it well.
I'll be watching y'all Love and Hip Hop. Let me see. What do you think about, partnering up with someone who's newly saved as someone who is, fresh saved? Because they're in that transition and, they're still figuring things out. But you think, oh, he's saved now. Oh, she's saved now. So, I mean, we can, it'll be all right.
That's very dangerous. And I say that because they're being molded and changed and transformed by God. Like, they just tasted this new taste and they love and they're rushing back to God. Like, God, I want more. And we call that the honeymoon phase. And they're really like, God is like really stripping them of things that broke them in the years, like really making them whole, like he's being a father to them, being a good father to them. And they're becoming whole, like everything they were dealing with is dropped off, but now God's restoring them, like changing their personalities, their character, their taste in life. And for you to rush in prematurely and take them from that is selfish. Like, everybody has that stage where they are building a one-on-one relationship with God and knowing who they are in Christ. And because you had that moment, they should also have that season too. Like, so now they're finding all their security in you. Like, you kind of become an idol to them because they see you as a whole person. You're strong, you're anchored in God, you know who you are, you're confident. And they're dealing with that, like, I just got saved. I don't know who I am. I'm still like battling my fleshy desires and trying to live for God. So I'm gonna find my identity in you because you have it all figured out and you're made and you're whole. That's very selfish. That's very dangerous. Like, dangerous. Titus 3, I believe, it says a new convert is not fit for ministry, right? And what is ministry? Ministry is also your marriage, your relationship. So a new convert is definitely not fit. Is not fit for relationships, not fit for marriage, not fit for dating. they're only good for,
Dang.
bruh.
Is there anything that they do?
They're good for community and fellowship with the brethren, and that's it.
Y'all go home, go out to brunch, and go
That's
home.
it. Like,
And like, what are some safeguards for us as young believers who are trying to make sure that we're staying in the will of God and not compromising?
I would say accountability. So when I was, since I'm going through this issue of being attracted to an unbeliever, definitely called my girl. Was like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, you know, FaceTime. Hey, what's going on? And da, da, da. And it wasn't like they rebuked me or anything like that. So like, I understand. Like, I've been there before. Like, you know, we're all human. Like, we're all attracted to people that have what we want in a person. So don't feel bad for us type of thing. But they also, you know, told me to pray. Like, make sure you're praying, like, pray, like, against every temptation as a person, like, not that throwing your way, but the enemy's throwing your way through them. Like literally, I commit my feelings for this person to you. Like, my feelings must die. Like, they
must die
by fire. Like, they must die. Limit your communication with this person. Don't go on their Instagram. Don't go on their Facebook. Don't go on their Snapchat. Don't go on their Twitter. Don't feed into these things. Like, they're just being themselves, and we ladies can take a simple high and build a whole story on it. We can definitely expound on something that's so small, and so just don't. So accountability, prayer, and don't feed into these things.
What if the person is actually the one making the, whether you call it advances or, you know, trying to push the issue?
When you were talking, I just was thinking of Erykah Badu's Tyrone in my head. I busted out laughing. Yeah, praise God. But
Talk about love and hip hop.
no, cause I was like, hold up, partner. Yeah, but I mean, if they want to be a friend, no, because
What's there has to be a balance.
No, because they want a friendship, but you want more than a friendship.
So it's not you.
So yeah, like, check your heart. Like, you're gonna make this friendship more than what it is. Like, they want a friendship with you, but in your hearts of heart, you're not receiving it as a friendship. You're receiving it as a friendship now, but I'm gonna feed more into it than what it really is. They probably want, like, oh, she's a cool person. We can kick it in a group setting once in a while. But she's probably like, he probably trying to pursue me. He's trying to hang out with me.
He's just trying to,
you know, who I am. But
he's playing hard to get.
And just like, you do not need this. Like, I know it's probably sucks, like, dang, I think I hate them, but you gotta think about it. You wanna cut off any ties that can feed into this. Like, and sometimes we try to, like, hide over Christians, like, try to put it behind, like, no, try to put it behind you, like,
no, don't touch me.
Yeah, like, try to put it behind you, but like, you being saved is the reason why y'all can't be together. That's the one reason, like, the number one reason why y'all can't be together. I was looking at my Instagram, and the person that I like was, like, over my shoulder. They're taller than me, so I'm short. So they're talking, and then my Instagram profile is open, like, I'm just looking at it. And like, I recently dropped a blog post called Falling for an Unbeliever, and it's like bold, falling for an unbeliever. And I posted it twice back, you know. And so it's posted to my account. And I found myself trying to get off my Instagram account so I don't see that, because I said falling for an unbeliever, and I didn't want them. I found myself, like, trying to hide the fact that I wrote a blog post about falling for an unbeliever. I tried to hide the fact that I am a blogger, I'm a Christian. I was like, whoa, Alamine, like, check your heart. Like, why were you just ashamed of you saying falling for an unbeliever? He's not saved. Like, are you afraid of offending his feelings? Like, are you afraid of putting yourself out there that you can't be with the unbeliever? Like, what are you ashamed about? And I checked myself, like, dang, son, like, I was just ashamed of the gospel just now. I was ashamed of it. Like, so this verse always helps me when it comes to, like, dealing with falling for somebody that's not saved. Even falling for the saved, but God's not speaking to you about them, or just anybody of the opposite sex, right? It's Romans 12, verse 1 and 2. And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all He has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind He will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship Him. Do not copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Therefore, you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good, pleasing, and acceptable. And the part I want to highlight is then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good, pleasing, acceptable. The good will of God is, okay, you marry somebody and you're equally yoked, okay? Because we can marry believers, right? You can marry other people, but you marry somebody who's a believer, she's a believer, okay, cool. Pleasing is like, I marry somebody that's a believer and they love the things of the Lord. But the perfect will is like, I marry somebody that God has ordained for me.
And at the end of the day, lastly, it's just, we're talking about how, walking together, like how can two walk together unless they agree? And I went back to Genesis 11 talking about how at the Tower of Babel, when everyone spoke one language, God even said that there's nothing that they can't accomplish because they're of one mind.
Yeah.
So when you're not equally yoked and then you're in a relationship with someone there's going to be friction. There's going to be friction. There's going to be division. There's going to be just division. There's one vision that's divided. So division. So, it's a big thing that, you walk with people who are not just like-minded, but they have the same vision as far as Christ in the household. So at the end of the day, it's not, God doesn't not like you if you're not saved or whatever the case may be. But the truth is, if you want anything to work, it doesn't matter what it is in life. You have to have people who have like-minded. YouTube fam, I wish there's more time. I wish, we could do. Anyway, I know where she's at, UrbanDisciple.com, but with no A. But her social media is UrbanDisciple with an A.
Yeah.
And you already know me, LordleyO. Smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment on the video, share it with your friends, and we'll definitely see you guys next time. God bless. We love you.
Part 3 comes soon.
Hopefully, you won't be in a relationship with somebody you shouldn't be. We out of here.